I first heard about the midnight game when I was in high school. It was one of those creepy urban legends you exchange at sleepovers or late-night hangouts to scare each other. Supposedly, it was an old pagan ritual used to punish people who broke the rules of their faith. According to the legend, playing the game invited something into your house, something ancient and malevolent, known only as the Midnight Man. The rules were simple but strict. You had to write your full name on a piece of paper, prick your finger, and smear a drop of blood on it. Then place it in front of a wooden door, light a candle, and knock 22 times. The final knock had to happen precisely at midnight. After that, you had to walk around your dark house with the candle lit, never letting it go out. If it did, you had to relight it within 10 seconds. If you failed, you had to surround yourself with a circle of salt and stay inside until 3:33 a.m. The goal: survive until then without being caught by the Midnight Man. Most people who talked about the game said it was fake, a hoax, just another creepy story like Bloody Mary or the elevator game. But one night, my best friend Kyle dared me and 2 others to try it. We were 16, bored, and convinced nothing could happen. So we decided to play. It was at Kyle's house. His parents were gone for the weekend, and we had the whole place to ourselves. We followed every instruction to the letter. Name, blood, candle, door, 22 knocks, all timed perfectly. I didn't feel anything at first. No shift in the air, no ghostly whisper, just silence. The 4 of us wandered around the dark house with our flickering candles, giggling like idiots and pretending to be scared. For about 15 minutes, it felt like a joke, but then Kyle's candle went out. He cursed, trying to relight it, fumbling with the lighter. 1 second passed, 2, 3. I started counting in my head. When he finally got the flame back, I was at 10. We all froze. Then I saw something that chilled me to my core. On the wall behind Kyle was a shadow that didn't belong to any of us. It was tall, impossibly tall, with limbs that looked too long and crooked. It didn't move like a regular shadow. It twitched, almost like it was breathing. I pointed, and Kyle spun around. The shadow was gone. He laughed nervously, accusing me of trying to scare him. But I knew what I saw. From that moment on, things got worse. The air grew colder. Our candles started flickering violently, even though there was no draft. We kept walking, trying to stay calm, but every room felt different, heavier, like we were being watched. My own candle began to dim, even though the wick was fine. The flame shrank, dancing like it was afraid. At one point, I thought I heard whispering soft, just behind my earbud. When I turned, no one was there. One of us, Jenna, started freaking out. She insisted she heard something following her. Not just footsteps, but breathing. Deep, wheezy, and wrong. She begged us to stop, but we reminded her we couldn't. The only way out was to last until 3:33. That S when she broke the rule. She ran back to the kitchen and turned on the lights. The moment she did, her candle exploded into a puff of smoke, and the bulb in the ceiling burst. She screamed and dropped to the floor, sobbing. We rushed in, but something was wrong with her. Her nose was bleeding. Her eyes were wild, darting around like she was seeing something we couldn't. She kept whispering, "Don't look at him. Don't look at his eyes." We didn't know what to do. We couldn't call for help. We couldn't stop the game. So we dragged her into the living room and poured a circle of salt around her. She sat in the middle, rocking back and forth, refusing to speak. The rest of us kept walking. We were terrified. The candles barely stayed lit. At one point, Kyle disappeared. 1 second he was behind me, and the next he was just gone. No footsteps, no noise, nothing. I shouted his name, but there was no answer. It was as if the house swallowed him whole. Then I saw him, or rather, the Midnight Man. He was standing at the end of the hallway, a silhouette darker than the darkness itself. I couldn't see a face, just a vague humanoid shape with spindly limbs and a head that tilted at unnatural angles. The flame on my candle nearly went out. I turned and ran. I don't remember much after that, just cold, fear, and the sound of footsteps behind me no matter how fast I moved. When I burst into the living room, Kyle was already there, gasping for air. He said he'd been trapped in a room that didn't exist before. The walls were pulsing, breathing, and he could hear something crawling inside them. We sat with Jenna in the salt circle, all three of us huddled together, praying we'd make it to 3:33. The shadows around us twisted and writhed. At one point, I swear something brushed my back holding sharp like claws, but the salt held. Barely. When the clock finally hit 3:33, everything stopped. The pressure lifted, the air warmed, and the house went silent again. We didn't say a word. We just stood up, grabbed our stuff, and left without turning around. We never talked about it again. Jenna moved away not long after. Kyle stopped sleeping. I heard he checked into a mental health facility a year later. As for me, I avoid mirrors, shadows, and especially candles after midnight. I know people say the midnight game is just a myth, but I was there. I saw him, and I'll never forget the feeling of being hunted by something that didn't belong in this world. If you're thinking of playing the midnight game, don't. It's not a joke. It's not a test of bravery. It's an invitation. And once you open that door, you can't be sure what you've let in. Until next time, stay safe.